All right. We are live. We are live.
What's happening? Dang.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm 962 right now. Almost there to that 1 mil. It's gonna be a special.
All right. All right.
Um,
You know you lie.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are live. Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening. Good
Oh yeah.
morning. Good
Good,
afternoon, wherever you are.
good morning. It's Friday somewhere. Salud.
It's my daughter's birthday. Um, so today, it's kind of a little weird for me. I don't know why I always feel weird on this day.
Naturally, understandable.
Yeah.
Happy birthday in heaven to her.
Yes, yes, yes.
Birthday in heaven. But good evening to everybody joining the chat. To those of you who will be watching this video after, I'm Chapapa TV. We got Uncle Russ, aka Tailor Made Dreams. Flip will be joining us in a little while, hopefully. Probably busy at the restaurant, but you guys know how we get into it.
Nah, ain't.
What you saying, no?
I said he ain't busy at that restaurant. He probably did one of my numbers. Got a little too happy.
Shit.
It
Yeah,
happens.
yeah, it happens. Yeah, I was really looking forward to him too, because I know he could have gave. Well, I know he has a definitely has a perspective to give on
Oh yeah,
top of
got
this.
good insight. Absolutely.
On top of
Absolutely.
this. And Dre might pull in also. I gave
All right.
Dre the
Yeah.
because it's not just a DR thing. It's a worldwide thing. Wherever brothers go to live, in whatever country, Brazil, Colombia, Philippines, Thailand, Dominican Republic, it's a worldwide thing we got going on.
Yeah, it's the same game going on in all these countries, man. And social media is definitely playing a large role in that. What's up, Dre?
Dre, good evening, my brother.
What's up, gentlemen? Gentlemen, brothers from another mother, from another
How's the model?
country. What'd you say?
How's the model? Yeah.
Oh, she's doing good, man. She just got her little butterfly tattoo today on her wrist. So
Hey.
you can't tell her nothing now. You can't tell her nothing now. She snuck off and did it.
Ooh, chat it up.
I'm thinking she about to take care of something else. She come back with a nice little tat. It's nice. I like it.
All right. Hey, as long as you like it, bro.
Oh yeah.
Be tatted up. But yeah, Dre, we was talking. The topic for tonight is basically going to all the brothers, and it's great that you're here because now you have that because you don't bullshit around. So for those of you watching now and watching after, Love Crossing Borders TV, based out of Colombia. You guys got Tailor Made Dreams, based out of DR. Chapapa TV, Mr. Flip Flop, based out of DR. And tonight, I passed a link. I think it was yesterday, Dre, with what's happening with David Ortiz and his wife. His wife of 20 years, 25 years, filing for divorce, claiming that he has money hidden, and so on. So the topic tonight I want to get into is.
I believe.
You better believe that.
I absolutely believe her ass. I absolutely believe her.
Of course. But now she want to leave with more than she came in, as always.
If he ain't have a prenup, hey,
that's what it is. Prenup,
that
like Dr. Dre didn't.
Yep, you gotta have that prenup. Prenup ain't for rich people. Prenup is for poor motherfuckers, just so that you don't get cleaned out of everything when she leave. Because if I had, if I had $50 million and she took 25 million, I'm still okay. If I got, 50 grand and she walk away with 25. I'm hurt.
I'm
hurt.
So let's see it. Yeah. So I'm gonna need some help with this topic. So the point is, how can brothers moving and living abroad avoid the long game?
Could I jump into this first thing you do is don't believe your dick. That's the wrong brain.
Say it again, Pastor.
That is the wrong head and brain to be thinking with. And a lot of brothers are not emotionally mature to handle what some of these ladies be putting on. They're not emotionally mature.
No.
No. Trust me, they're not. They are not. And they show their childishness by how they do. And I'm not even talking about like young dudes. I know why you think so many people get cleaned out. I know quite a few guys got cleaned out and a few guys who lost their freedom. And this is from a chick with no education, right? Poor family, not as well rounded as far as worldly as this person, but you got cleaned out by somebody who barely knows shit.
True. Now, Chapapa, go ahead, Russ.
Go ahead.
I was about to ask, when you use the term the long game or in long term, what do you mean by that, so I can understand?
The long term in terms of like, while you're thinking, you're looking at your partner or somebody you're dating, and you're like, all right, this could go for as far as I could take it. You might be their 2-year plan, their 3-year, their 5-year plan, and that's it. The long game is like, all right, I'm gonna play this role, take what I could get, and I'm gonna bounce.
A lot of times, I'm gonna tell you something, man, and it's piggybacks off of what Russ says. A lot of times, dudes do not want to be with, don't give the women that have something to lose a chance in these countries. They don't give a career woman a chance. They don't give a woman that's probably seriously in school a chance. They don't give the female that if y'all separate, she ain't walking into the land of starvation a chance. So a lot of times I find that, and I'm not saying that she won't take you just as fast as another woman would, but what I'm saying is it's a game of percentages. Whether you be in the States, it's a game of percentages. You try to deal with somebody that basically you have a lower percentage of getting got as much. I mean, think about it. Bill Gates going to get got. He got for billions. Jeff Bezos just got for billions. Dr. Dre just got. You know, you just try to keep the percentages low. At least I could get got. You know, Andre could get me. You know, it's just the percentages that you based off of. So you can't live life in fear. But for me personally, I feel my percentages are a little bit more comfortable when it's somebody that has some type of drive about themselves compared to somebody that's just another pretty face, just hips, lips, and fingertips, but no business tips. So if she's just all pretty, then the percentage is a lot higher than if she's pretty and she has something that she's trying to, something going on about herself that make you feel a little bit more comfortable that even if you weren't in the picture, she still have a picture.
Okay. So Drake, I have a question for you, and I don't know if I can reiterate with this. Are there a lot of like me people in Colombia? Like everything is just me.
It depends on where you go, because you guys can attest to this. A lot of it is not more me in the sense of like in the Western or the US definition of what me is. For their definition of me is I'm not trying, tomorrow morning I might not have anything to eat. That's their definition of me. Their definition of me is not a Birkin bag or a Coach purse right out the gate. Their definition of me, I got kids over here and I'm trying to feed my kids. So when we sit back and we use the term of and we look at them when they approach us in Cartagena and they're like, hey, give me a few pesos for my rap song, or take a photo with me for a couple of pesos. these people are trying to survive. They aren't just out there on the hustle side for nothing. And that also goes for the ladies. A lot of times the ladies ain't trying to be like, you know what, I just want the best man. They just want a man with a few dollars in their pockets. And like, listen, if I can get just a touch of them few dollars, I'm cool with that, because they really are on survival mode in a lot of these areas. Now, mind you, there are women just like in DR, because I was seeing a lot of Porsche trucks out there. So, and these ladies was rolling some nice BMW trucks
Yes.
too. So don't sit back, and guys in the audience, don't sit back and think that in DR and Colombia all these people are broke, because they are far from it. It's women that's getting their hair and their nails done every week and looking
Yes.
good while they're doing it. So, and it's
Yes.
their money and their businesses that they've grown.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get fooled into thinking that the one that you dealt with is the only, that these guys deal with. The bottom feeders are the only type of women in these countries, or by way of my statement. But at the end of the day, it's all about percentage. There is no guarantee that this person's not going to get you. It's no guarantee that you won't get them. They're sitting back there thinking like Andrea. Andrea's put all her love, hope, and trust in me to be the husband that she expects, or hope that she sees an example in her uncle, her dad, and all the other great men that have been in her family. So she trusts me to be that type of example of a man. Here
Mm-hmm.
I go 5 years from now, I come up with 3 babies here in Colombia, one in Europe, and another one somewhere else that she didn't even know I flew out to. She's trusting the percentage that I ain't gonna act a fool. So
Mm.
when we sit back and we make these statements, we got to make sure that we also are talking about us as men when it comes to there is no guarantees.
Yeah.
Okay. When Dre speaks about percentage, do you think that applies over here to DR?
That applies everywhere. Applies in the United States. Applies everywhere. Absolutely.
Okay. I asked the question because he mentioned education, and I feel over here, as far as like Dre said, protecting the survival mode, they're not the smartest when it comes to protecting their investment. Like they would cut off their hand and not worry about the repercussions. And I say this because even here, Dre, professionals, through experience, through the experience of other brothers, professionals play the long game. That lady at the bank,
Yeah,
the lady working at the mall, they play the long game. And that's why I asked, in Colombia, is it always a me thing? Because, and tell me if you agree, if here it seems to be a little more self-centered, like me, like, fuck what you did yesterday, fuck what you're gonna do tomorrow, today, me. Like it's
I
like
see what you're saying.
everybody, yeah, it's like everybody walks around like like the plane's on the ground, but you have a parachute on. Why you have a parachute on if the plane's on the ground? You get what I'm saying? Like they always got that 1 foot in, 1 foot out, like they just like not invested. I feel like that's why I feel that the education, not in terms of like stupidity, but in terms of like you said, survival, protecting your tomorrow. Here, I think there's I don't want to say there's a night and day difference, but I want to say there's a large difference between the thought process here and over there where you're at. What do you think, Uncle?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, you're right.
yeah. No. The thing is, uh, you know, like you said, it's always that survival mode instinct. And when you are constantly in survival mode or doing and making decisions, um, and you're in that desperate mode, at the same time you're in that survival mode, there's no logic there. There's no logic there. And you're right. If you might have taken care of her family for a year, helped her, educate her, go to school and the whole 9 yards, and then she asks you for something and you say no, and she start going off and you like, well, hey, listen, I've been doing for you for a long. That means nothing. That
Yeah,
means nothing. What you did
true,
yesterday don't mean shit.
true.
Today. What you did yesterday don't mean jack shit.
What you
Uh,
promised tomorrow that you plan on fulfilling tomorrow don't mean shit either.
no, no, not at all, not at all. So that's why I tell brothers, protect yourself at all costs. You know,
True.
I want that prenup. In fact, I'm gonna hide bank accounts. I'm gonna be a big poppy. I ain't telling you shit. I ain't telling you shit. No. Now you might know where one count is, and the count might look a little healthy, you know, and you might, you know, dig into that, or you know, you might find a way to get the courts to agree with you, and you take, you know, all the furniture and the shit in the house. But I will not leave a roadmap for anyone to take everything from me, and then now I got to
That's right.
restart. I got to start struggling
That's
back
right.
over. My ex-wife, who took 250 grand from me, taught me that lesson. So I will never tell you where all the skeletons are hidden, you know.
Mhm.
And I'll have certain people set up. Well, hey, if something happened, you know, take care of this, do this, take care of that. But I'm gonna tell you, you have to protect yourself, and I don't care how much you love me, you gotta protect yourself, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And if you love me enough, and you say, hey, money doesn't matter, then shit, sign the prenup. But you're gonna sign one
It's
here and in the
mm-hmm.
US. Not,
That's
not
right.
no, I want here and the freaking US. Before I register that marriage in the US, you will sign it. You will sign that prenup then.
Mm-hmm.
No, I gotta protect myself, man, because I'm telling you, man, why should ladies be the only one protecting themselves?
Thank you. Thank you. Excellent
Now,
point.
now, well, I have to address it, but before we address it, let's get to the comments. Sincere the Genius says a prenup should be standard. That's right. Just like Unc said, wherever you are, a prenup should be standard.
Mm-hmm.
Real brother, what's up? What's up? Don't get got. Salute to you.
Real brother
Jackson Jeter,
I
what's
love
up?
that, bro.
Welcome,
in
welcome,
the
welcome.
building.
Yes, sir. Jackson Jeter.
I just ran into Jackson Jeter, man, and I just damn. I just ran into him recently. I ain't gonna say where I ran. I don't want to put the brother business out there, but really smooth dude, really cool dude, man. When we ran into each other, we had a really great conversation, man. So really, really good brother, really good brother.
Dope,
And
dope, dope.
matter of fact, he's gonna help me with something. So man, I really appreciate it. So I just want to say that, man. Sorry for the interruption.
It's all right. It's all right. Dre, I really wish you would have spoken to Jorge this live with it. Yo, Jorge, man, anytime you want to hop in, Jorge said give them jobs. If they played a long game, it would not matter because you had them, gave them what they earned. Jorge is my neighbor, and he don't do the emotions, he do the relationships, strictly the jobs. And whenever you want to hop in, drop
That was
something.
I saw him on your other live. Excellent live stream with that brother. Excellent live stream.
Man, just stuff that he taught me out here. So I have a story that I want to share from a brother. A brother wanted me to share this story on YouTube. I met him down in Santo Domingo. He got caught up in the long game. And this is why I say, Dre, that the education factor between DR and Colombia is a little bit of a night and day difference. So peep this, fellas. He got this girlfriend living in, I mean, a hole in the wall. 2-room house, the tin roof. When it rains, it leaks. Has a kid. Kid's father ain't around. He comes, takes her out, puts her in an apartment. Now this is where the red flags, fellas. This is where you can't like you guys said, you can't lead with your dick. This is where the red flags come up. Apartment went in her name. She's like, oh me, I'm going to put the apartment in my name.
I already know this story.
Apartment went in her name.
Me too.
Brother came down, bought the furniture. He's like, listen, I don't have to get a hotel. I don't have to do this. This apartment is ours. You bring your child and take care of your child and take care of everything. Just chill. Brother went out, bought furniture. Cool. It's been 2 years later. She decides to say, listen, don't come back to the apartment. I don't want to be with you. And he's like, wait, huh? What you mean? He's like, I'm paying for everything. He's like, no, don't come back. I'm calling the police.
Yeah, she found somebody else to put in there. Yeah.
So now this Drake, when I say literally take somebody out the mud, wash them off, put a nice dress on them, and you put them in a place. So now she cut that hand, unless like Unc said, she got somebody else that could pay that. So now she cut the hand of having the apartment taken care of. She got her furniture, and she kicked the dude to the curb. After 2 years, after taking care of the child, raising the child like his own. So now I'm asking, where's the education factor? Where is the common sense to protect your investment, even if you don't love them?
Yeah, but can I say something? Because you said something really important. Because a lot of cats come down here, and I see it. I see it all the time. And a lot of cats come down here, and I think I'm gonna do a show about it. And they get mixed up with these chicas, and dudes get attached to their children. I've seen brothers where they really get attached to the kids, and the kids really get attached to the guy because the kid has no father figure at all. No
Right.
daddy in the house. Same type of scenario you would see it in the state. No daddy in the house. The maybe she got 2, 3 brothers. Ain't none of them motherfuckers working. They ain't bringing home nothing. One might be hustling. Doing motor contra
Right.
or whatever. But this guy is taking care of these kids, making sure they get a nice Christmas, have nice birthday parties. Their clothes are better, making sure they get the uniforms, some nice uniforms, so they go to school. And these chicks, they cut these dudes off. But what about the emotional damage that they do to their children?
They don't think about
Because
that.
they throw the kids at you because they be like, oh, you're the father he never had. And I've seen some of these kids actually calling guys their dad. They call him Poppy, 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 and they run. I've seen what kid run to the guy, the boyfriend, before he run to the mom. There's that emotional attachment, and when these chicks, do the play these games and do that bullshit, you know, it's one thing. All right, you screwed the dude, but you just screwed your child too. You just throw them in an emotional turmoil, and they don't think about that as well.
What are you
And to
teaching
me,
them?
huh?
I said, it's like, what are you teaching them? It's like, I had a situation with a woman here. I was like, listen, when are you going to realize you have to break out of the circle that your parents put you in?
Mm.
Man, Dre, this comment, this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about here. This comment on Teddy KGB. Brothers have to accept
Okay.
female nature is universal. Latin women are no different. Dated an accountant from Santiago, and she might as well have been an American woman. Vet them as you would any other woman. That's why I said nowadays, especially here, it don't matter where they get up at 7 a.m. to get dressed to go to work, man. If their mindset is like short game, I mean, long term. What can I get? Basically, chop your door with a name badge. That's gonna be done.
I saw that there. Andre and I talked about that when we were there. It amazed us how Americanized DR actually is.
Yeah.
It really threw us for a loop. We thought we were in Santiago. I thought I was in Miami. It was no different than being in Miami, literally, except for the fact that barely a few street lights. But other than that, the behavior patterns, everything that we saw, it kept yelling stateside. Now up north where you guys are, it's not as much, but in the
Getting there.
south is
Really?
very Americanized in Santo Domingo.
Oh, okay.
I said
Okay, I thought.
Santiago, but I meant Santo Domingo.
Yeah.
Uh, uh,
Well,
One of the things I ask is this, and I ask any guys in that story that you told about the gentleman. At the end of the day, whose fault was that? Hers or his? That she walked away and that she did. Whose fault was that?
That's the gentleman's.
It was his. He ignored all the red flags that were probably already there prior to. We all are old enough men to know that women don't do stuff overnight like we do. We'll see something in a split second in the club and like, oh, she said she what? Let me smash that real quick. Men are like women for the most part. They ain't making those moves unless it was already in them and they already had plotted that prior to, or eventually maybe after a year and a half, she saw something that I don't want to be with him, but I ain't got money like that. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till I get my money up, or something happens to where I could just tell him don't come back again. But usually it's a buildup. You usually see those signs, you try to ignore them. The first sign was to me was you're taking her out the mud. I asked dudes this: Would you take your tail into the projects in Chicago or the projects in New York or in some of those rough areas of St. Louis, go grab you a chick and her child, and you living in a real nice area? Let's say you living in the suburbs of Tampa, Florida, sunny. She ain't never been in a state that's been 24 hours sunshine. She don't know nothing about that. She don't know nothing about the type of lifestyle that she can live. She right down the road from Disney. Her child could enjoy the water parks. She don't know nothing about that. She from the bottom part of St. Louis. How many dudes do you know that have done that? The worst parts of Atlanta. He purposely went down to the worst part of Atlanta because she was fine and tried to pull her out. Every blue moon we hear a story like that in the States.
But Dre, look at entertainers. They don't do nothing but pull the worst part out of the projects, out of the worst part of St. Louis. That's all they do. Rappers, ballers.
But then they still pay the price.
Yeah,
and they still pay the price.
Even I remember, even when I was young, when we wanted, like, we used to call it go shopping for some fine ladies. Man, we go to the projects. Oh
yeah, no doubt.
We go to the project. We hang out in the projects a whole lot. We went up there just to pull some of the finest ones out and take. I'm telling you, but men do that. Men do that all the time.
Well,
so I got to disagree with
you. I understand completely. I look at it from the perspective of, if you're using these ladies for fun and they're using you for fun, is one thing. But when you're trying to build on something serious, and that's another mistake that a lot of dudes think. They think that the chick that was the coolest chick that was down with him as a fun girl makes a good wife. And that's not necessarily true, because technically, let's be real with it, you might make a good fun dude, but when it comes to the long game, you might be a fucked up husband. Or a fucked up long-term boyfriend. You the worst of the worst there is, because you steady out there just acting a damn fool, ain't bringing no money extra in. You all emotional in the relationship. If somebody glance at her, you make the worst boyfriend. But when it came to when y'all was just having fun, oh, you was that dude. She loves her some you. But soon as y'all got serious, you jealous of everything walking, and she can't go nowhere. She got to wear trench coats at the beach, and so a lot of times. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times guys make the mistake of thinking that the fun person is the long-term person. And you think just because she hung around for the 2 years, that time clock as her being a fun person wasn't still there. It was still ticking. That fun girl was still there, because that's all you knew her as. You met her as the fun girl. Don't think that it's going to stop because you moved her from a tin roof to the wooden house. This ain't the Three Little Pigs. See what I'm saying? You done moved into the brick house. You think a pig is a pig is a pig. You take it from the tin house, or you can take it to the where a wolf can blow it down, or you can take it to the brick house where the wolf can't blow it down. Yet and still on the inside is still a pig. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what dudes are dealing with. You trying to sit back and be Captain Save 'em All. You sit back and think that the movie Pretty Woman is real, that you can just be like my man Richard Gere and get you get you old girl with the red hair and she was a prostitute. You just make her into somebody. No, what are you guys thinking? And all the women that are halfway decent, that can at least keep the percentage down, you ain't even giving them a glance.
You know what the problem is? And this comment from Real Brother, you don't cast pearls before swine. I think brothers come down here and
I didn't know that.
What you guys just said about, would you go down to the project, pick up this, but that. I think brothers come down here with the Superman cape on, not saving, but with the Superman cape, like, listen, I could change many situations, which they can. Russ could change situations. Mm-hmm. Russ is a life changer. Dre, you're a life changer. I'm a life changer. But I feel some brothers come down here and they put on that cape for just about anybody or anything. But like Real Brother said, you're casting pearls before swine. Some people,
you're right.
Some people ain't worth that because now look, Unc, here you have a person that literally like took you out of the shittiest situation you may have had, and how do you repay them? Even if you may not feel whatever, look how what's the word I need? Like how like clear headed they are to cut a hand off just to prove their point that it's all about me,
I,
me, me.
I think I think one of the mistakes that we keep making, Chapapa and Taylor, you guys may be able to attest to this, is that we make the mistake and assume that people around the world have the same automatic common sense or mentality, and they don't. There are some things that they can't fathom up here. They've never they saw the American dream. We was raised in the American dream. We were raised that you can go be like Samuel L. Jackson, that you go from being a crackhead to the most #1 movie selling dude in the world. We were raised, pushed in the American dream, the house, the white picket fence, whether you got it or not. It's programmed. They don't have there's not a Dominican dream that that they're raised on, that pushes you that today might not be a good day, but tomorrow gonna be the one. We assume that we really don't know what is, and us as well. We don't really know the mental block, what it's like to have to live on survival mode, like real survival mode since you were born. We can't fathom that thought. We know it's broke. If I'm broke, I'll be like, "Hey Russ, hey Russ, let me get 50 till I get paid." That's us being broke in our neighborhood. Right. Us being broke in our neighborhood is, okay, I tell the telephone company I pay them next week because I'm gonna go ahead and pay the electric bill today. That's our version of broke. That ain't really no survival mode. So we can't fathom why they think the way that they think. This woman coming from a tin roof that that same tin roof that she probably was born in. And so we try to assume that if we take this person out of something that they've been in for almost 21 years of mental incarceration, and just because she looked good, we assume that, oh yeah, she's gonna be all right. No, not necessarily
mental incarceration.
Go ahead, Russ.
Yeah, but that's why I told brothers, man, like cats who come down here who be renting these villas and very nice, apartments and stuff. And I tell them, if you're doing it for you, fantastic, because you deserve it. You deserve to treat yourself well. But if you're doing it to impress these chicas, they're not impressed with your villa that you're renting, because they know, one, it ain't yours. They're not impressed with no, 6-tier pillow top mattress, because they know it ain't yours. And they know, this is for a short term and I'm out. So, and I tell cats that all the time, man. They are not impressed with that. They're impressed with how much can you put in that pocket. Now, even the chicks who's playing the long-term game, they're going, just like you vetting them, they're vetting you. They're gonna see, all right, baby, something happened. Can you send me $50? Not a problem. I send you 60. Ooh. So next time it's gonna be, I need $75. I need $100. Wouldn't it be nice if you had your own place when you came down here? I could be here to take care of you. I'm telling you, they vetting and sucking guys in. Me personally, I tell cats, if you're gonna get a place down here, get a place. And if you really like that chick and you want to be with her and only her when you get back, well, look, baby, I'm coming down this weekend. I'll be at my condo. Come on and stay with me for a few days. You can bring the kids if you want. But I'm not gonna put you up in a crib or put you up in my spot. And I'm not here, 3 to 5 months at a time. That ain't gonna happen. That is not.
Man, I got a dude, man. That this dude here, he literally built her a house on her family's property.
Oh, I've seen that too. And when she tired of your ass, or when you've done enough, they will kick your ass to the curb. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
So quick, fast. And I think also, go ahead, guys.
Now, just let me get these comments quick. East Coast Kev, thank you. I appreciate that. Dominicanos don't appreciate nada. Don't do it. I'm gonna get back to that. DMR, what's up? What's up? What's up? Teddy, decent men travel and desire to find brand of femininity that is difficult to find at home. We project what we want upon them, a reality that does not truly exist. Oof.
Mm.
Men, temper your desires and your actions. Oh, with that being said, Dre, what was you gonna say?
I was about to say two things. First thing, I give myself as an example because you all know that I'm married here in Colombia. What did I do to get the woman that I was looking for? First of all, I'm not the first American that Andre was in a serious relationship with. So she was with a dude for a few years. She was like a stepmom to this person's daughter. She was he was ex-military. They were talking about, at that point of, are we going to make this more serious? But the problem was he can't. She was living in Medellin at that time period, running her company, and the problem was my man just couldn't keep his pants. Just, Andre like this. Just don't be messy. Yeah, Andre like don't be messy. That's what she like. If you're gonna do what you please. I don't want to see no text message. I don't want to see nobody in your, I don't want my family to saying I saw Andre. Don't be messy. This dude was messy. So that's what messed it up. So that showed me, okay, she knows how to be in a long-term relationship with somebody outside the United States. B, of course, the education and her knowing English and being fluent and being very ladylike and so forth, that all helped. But I'm going to tell you what I did most of all. I looked at her family. Andrea's family, all of them own their homes, and I mean homes. I mean land. They own like land, farms. It's almost like in the Bible where if you got three cows, you the man on 10 goats and all. That's how her family is. They own a lot, and she got family members that don't even live in this country and own 3 apartments that they're leasing. So Andrea comes from that. Own your proper. Her dad said you don't have children until you own your home. So all these things instilled in her let me see the quality. And I'm looking at mom and dad. They've been together 30 years. Grandma was with her man till her, their granddad passed on, rest in power, for over almost 40 years. This cousin over here been married for 10, 15 years. This one's going on. They just finished celebrating their 21st anniversary with their kids. So I'm looking at this. I'm looking at how the young kids are. These kids clean? Are they not clean? So I'm looking at the young generation. Okay, young generation clean, and they're bilingual now because they're teaching English in school. So all these factors made me feel more comfortable with the percentages of not have my head knocked in by the woman that I'm with, because I looked at all of the other factors. Now, a lot of times, my second thing that I want to mention was a lot of times dudes ignore the external factors. They ignore the fact that mom got 3 baby daddies. The person who you kick it with, mom got 3 baby daddies. The girl who you kicking it with, she got 2 kids, 2 baby daddies. You ignoring all that because she's so fine. You're ignoring the fact that she says she want to go to college, but she's 25 years old, and you know that people in her country start college at 19. You ignore all that. You ignore the fact that she ain't had no job in 2 years. You ignore all the external factors, and then when something pop up, you looking crazy in the face like, what happened, Russ? Dude, all the signs were there. That's the part that gets me the most.
You get into the signs. That's something I want to ask a little bit later on. Like, what are some signs you're looking at? Russ, what were you gonna say?
No. Go ahead.
All right. So, getting back to these comments, Real Brother saying the dad said thanks. We'll have her new man furnish it. When I say that's the movement, when I say that's the movement out here in DR, I don't know who it was that brought this to my attention the other day, but somebody said, "Listen, it be the brother, the brother of the woman, driving her to go be a choppy on the back of the motor. The brother will take her to her appointments.
Or the boyfriend.
Man,
I've seen pregnant girls get dropped off, and the guy that's driving her on the moto is the dad. You dropping your pregnant girlfriend off that gets smashed by some. I'm telling you, I've seen it.
Man, And I wanted to highlight this comment again from E. Dre because some dudes are catching on, and it's like little timbers. But you know, little timbers. You know, in the right, you have enough leaves, you have enough paper, it grows to a flame. Dudes are catching on and leaving DR. They're leaving DR for Colombia, leaving DR for Brazil, specifically for this comment right here. That nothing is appreciated wherever you go. You
No,
go
but it's true. Because you remember years ago, guys used to always say, man, how, man, men and women were very appreciative of things that you did. Not no more. Not no more. They can't remember shit you did for them yesterday. Now, me, I'm gonna be honest, because I got a kid on the way next month, and I make sure and I remind her of shit I do. I make sure I drill it. I drill it in. I don't, and sometimes she may say, "Yes, you told me." Yeah, I'm making sure your ass know. I'm making sure you know. I'm making sure you know. So no, that is very true comment. That's a very true comment.
That's a part. It's kind of funny you would say that, Russ. That's a part of Andres and I everyday language. We tell each other, and I kid you not, it's got to be going on 3 years of us being together, 4 years. It's almost every day we telling each other about our appreciation and why. Every day, it's got to be at least 5 times a day. Andrea telling me she appreciate me. She telling me she love me. She's complimenting, oh my big beautiful blah blah husband. Da, da, da. I love you so much all day long, all day long. It's not, you know how your woman give you a little nickname. Her nickname is like a nick sentence of compliment. And it is every day, all day long of appreciation because she sees what other women go through with here in Colombia, and she also sees what she could have gone through if she had stayed in the other relationship with the other brother in Medellin, which I mean, good. She said was a good dude, but he just couldn't keep himself in his pants. And she kind of like she said I veered off, took a couple years to myself, got my mind right, and she said not now. That's when a few months later, that's when I met you, and my mind was clear and I was good. But everyday compliments, even I had to get used to compliments every day and words of encouragement. Now I do it to her, words of encouragements and compliments and things like that, building her up. So
that's rare down here.
Yeah. And let me go back a little bit to when we were talking about the prenup and having your own. I tell dudes this: if you don't have a prenup, at least have those bank accounts or those funds put to the certain funds that you're depositing to the side.
Amen.
Have something. Me and Andrea look at our marriage as a business. There's a business side to this, and so we both have already talked. Just like Russ said, have this, have that, have this. So she got her own little secret. Whatever she do with her money, I got my own little emergency fund. If this don't work out, I'm not walking away flat broke. That is not happening because we come from the business side and not the whole lovey-dovey. That's cool, but there's a business side to this before the marriage, during the marriage, and just in case it doesn't work. I mean, we've had our sat down several times conversation. If it doesn't work, we'll do this, we'll do that. This needs to be taken care of. This needs to be handled, blah, blah, blah. If we have a child in that time period, we need to do this, we need to do that. We have already almost like a junior high school fire drill. If it doesn't work, this is what we need to take care of.
Yeah.
Amen.
We're not scared to talk about that.
And I want to say to all you guys in the chat, if you guys aren't subscribed to Dre's channel, Love Cross the Borders, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Go check out his videos. Trust me, the point you guys are trying to get when you're envisioning traveling or when you're envisioning moving down here, he's already there, and he's sharing the notes, he's sharing the gems. Make sure you guys go check out his channel. For real. There's a comment here I want you to address first. From Richie's Method. Say, I came in late, but this lack of appreciation, a cultural issue or just a generational issue here in the DR?
I think it's I think it's more generational than cultural. I really do, because when I was coming here, 20 years ago, it was a total different culture in the sense that there was that appreciation for things you did. But like I said, social media, um, you know, I mean, the young girls, they're having babies at 11 years old, you know, you 12 years older than your daughter, which is, you know, insane. You know, all that plays into the fact that, and then you got these guys coming down here and reaffirming that social media status. They reaffirming that you know, that lifestyle that they're not even living. You know, they're on these weekend warriors, save up for a year, and you know they come down here and they can throw a little money around. So all that goes into spoiling a lot of things, spoiling that girlfriend experience that people used to have, spoiling where people actually did appreciate, because they know when you came down here, you took time out to make sure that they were good, make sure that their kids were good or their moms was good. But now, you know, like American culture is all about me, give me, not about family, not about anything. And Dominican culture, to say that American culture is not weighing in on Dominican culture, well, you know that'd be a lot. Now, Dominican culture still strongly on that, on the family tip, but I'm gonna be honest, man. You know, 2 or 3 generations, I would love to, you know, I wish I would be around to see exactly where Dominican Republic would be at this point, because now I'm telling you, man, it's more about me. The glue that I think holds Dominican people together is the fact that they're nationalists and they're going to stick together. Period. They're going to stick together. Dominicans are nationalists. In our African American community, or just the American community, people are not nationalists. You know, except white nationalists or some fuck it up,
Right.
you know, crazy group. But that's probably be the one main glue that hold Dominican people together and hold on to certain values. But African American culture, you know, we've lost our family values. You know, there's no family values. My family don't get together like they used to when I was growing up. You know, when I was growing up, every Sunday was at my grandmama's house. You know, there was no exceptions. There was no exceptions. Every Sunday, my mother had to have me and my siblings at her house. My aunts had to have her and her siblings at my grandmama's house. Man, you know, that whole family structure. You know, now you know Thanksgiving comes up. People like, man, listen, let's just go buy everything at Popeyes, or let's go out to eat. Whoever heard of going out to eat at Thanksgiving? You know, it was unheard of, you know, 15, 20 years ago. So it's going to be interesting. But like I said, I think between social media, I think because these girls are popping out these babies at a young age. I think because now they want to be so Americanized, and then you got a lot of Dominicans who actually get that win the lottery and actually do go to America, and they're telling their family, hey man, you know, they may come up on a good job, they may come up on 2 or 3 good jobs, they hustling, and now they making more money than they've ever seen, and you know, and they're feeding into that, that you know, that whole American dream, which we know is American nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Dre, is it
Yeah.
like that in Colombia?
In certain sectors, it's slowly starting to get like that. In Medellin, I'm gonna tell you something. Every area that is becoming Americanized, or the invasion of the modern woman, is because of the tourists.
Hmm.
Colombia will stay the way that it is as far as fit, feminine, and friendly women that give you sex, sandwich, and silence. It will remain that way because of the Colombian men. Because the men are that machista behavior is so entrenched in Colombia. The men aren't going to sway and let that modern woman mentality come into this country and tell what they had going on for generations upon generations.
Mm.
They ain't about to sit up here and all of a sudden you ain't cooking, you ain't cleaning. Now there's some women like that, you know, these young girls, but for the most part, that's with these young boys. But for the most part, it's gonna stay strong. These feminine and friendly women because of the men. However, when it gets messed up in a city like Cartagena and Medellin, is because all the foreign dudes coming in there simping so much. These women aren't used to dudes falling all over them the way that men do. They're used to
Mm.
guys that look at them like like we look at women in the States, you know, we're 16, 17, you be a boyfriend, girlfriend, then you go into college, you to jump off, then you know you get married or you just hook up it. They're used to that. But then here your happy ass come getting off
Mm.
a plane. And you telling her if you were in my country, you would be in a Lamborghini, you be in a Ferrari, you be in a Porsche. And then you tell her cousin that. Or she run and tell her cousin after you gave her $100 bill and she ain't never seen $100
Mm.
bill except for on a music video.
Man, don't even stop.
And so
Mm.
now part of that city gets corrupted that now you can't, now an average dude like me come in that I'm conversing with, let's say I'm single, I'm conversing with the chick in Medellin. She looking at me like, what have you, she looking at me like Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? Not
Mm-hmm.
because of me, not because the Colombian men here, because of the simps that keep getting off planes. I'm gonna tell y'all something for real. One of the reasons why I love, and you could attest to this, why I love living in Cali. I just watched the Cali video too that you did, Chapapa, real good one, man. That was a
Thank you,
real
thank
right around Christmas. That was a real good one.
you, thank you.
And I just watched it this morning, and I just saw it was a perfect example of why I live here in Cali. You see how you were sitting at the table with beautiful women. They were down to earth. None of them were acting like they were divas. They were drinking aguardiente with you. Just that's real Colombian women. In Medellin, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
That's
no.
the difference. Go
And I
ahead.
tell and I tell cats, man, if you coming to look for a serious woman, especially if you're looking in the city of Sasua, that's the opposite of a wife. So whatever your opposite of a wife is, that's Sasua. You don't come there looking for a good woman. You come there looking for a good time. That's
Yep.
the total opposite. But cats coming down there, man, and falling in love. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Jorge said
Yeah.
the quickest way for a man to learn is through his pockets. Man,
I
Sometimes
don't
they
think
still
so.
don't learn.
you
Sometimes they
burn,
They
still
still
don't.
burn a hole through that pocket, still ain't learned.
I've seen cats get cleaned out. I've seen cats get cleaned out. I ain't got no real money. Like I said, they saving up for a fucking year to do a vacation. I get ready to go on vacation. You get ready to go on vacation. I can make plane tickets. I don't care what it costs. I could go if I really want to do it. These cats saved up for a whole goddamn year, right? And they come down here being these weekend warriors. When they go back, you got cats who are down here in Sasua that are still paying for Airbnb they rented out on that last trip here. They're still paying on that plane ticket on that last trip they were here. They still paying the interest on the money from the ATM that when they had to come down here, man. So I'm telling you,
Yep.
cats are not learning through their pockets. They're not. They're
No.
not.
No. No.
So,
They not.
so
Go.
now I was gonna ask you, but shout out to Gita. You know, these women put their American dollars inside their clear phone cases. Listen, that's as red flag as you could get. That's as
True.
red flag as you can get. At that point, all they're missing is a T-shirt that says red flag. Okay. So what are you
That's
saying,
so
Dre?
true. I was about to say, I was gonna piggyback off of Russ from last night's great live stream, man. That was really good, man. That rant
Thank you,
needed.
brother.
And
Thank you.
somebody asked the question of, well, what is it gonna take for these young dudes or any dude to realize that they're doing it all wrong? Something like
Yeah,
that. I'm paraphrasing.
yeah. I remember.
And you basically said what I said, that there's nothing. I mean, think about it. I'm in Colombia. We've had over 200 foreigners come up floating in the last 2 years. 200 that's either been robbed, scopomined, meaning drugged, or come up floating. that doesn't even include all the dudes that have overspent. That doesn't even include all the dudes that's been used and put to the. If you aren't going to learn from men that you're constantly hearing, this person came up floating, that person came up floating, that person ended up waking up 3 days later, he was in a coma because of scopolamine. You know, there is no. These dudes aren't going to learn. There's only one thing that we can do, and this is what I've done. And while I'm in Cali, Colombia, quarantine. I separate myself from simps. There is no cure for simpism. There'll never be. They are dying as simps. They're waking up like the zombies getting off that plane. And it's the zombie apocalypse. And these dudes will, there is, for the zombie apocalypse, all they could do was let them burn, cut their heads off or whatever it was. But you could, there's never been no cure. We've been watching the show, Walking Dead, for almost 10 years, and they still walking. There is no cure. The only way, the only cure is quarantine, getting away from these dudes, man. I don't allow no simps. I don't allow no childishness, even among grown dudes. If dudes telling me, I had a dude that wanted a consultation a couple weeks ago, and he was like, Andre, my girlfriend in Cali. I said, pause. I said, have you been to Cali before? No, I'm coming down in a couple weeks. I said, so you never been here? No. I said, stop calling her your girlfriend. I said, you don't know her. She don't know you. I said, I don't care how many times you done FaceTimed her. I don't care how many times you done chopped it up with her. I don't care how much money you done Western Union her. Until you meet her face to face and you establish something, that is not your girlfriend. Stop that lie before you even get off that plane.
You can't tell them that.
That's because if you don't nip simping in the bud before it starts to spread through that person's body, you ain't gonna stop them. It was always every simp been part of those people that got killed.
Yeah, but that desire, that lust factor I talked about last night.
Yeah,
those endorphins, like a drug going off in your head, brother. They stronger than any advice that you can give somebody. I'm telling you, man, because if this chick got this dude so wound up, there's nothing you gonna tell this brother that he may and he may be, you know, the nicest guy. Listen to you patiently, agree with you, and say, you know something, man, you right, you know, I'm gonna switch up as soon as that chick call. Hola, papi, ¿cómo estás? You know, extraño mucho. You know, cuando tu veas, you know, when you coming to see, man, all that shit just goes away. That desire, that sexual desire, those endorphins, that lust, all that shit, brother. I'm telling you, that shit's powerful, man. Listen, pussy has started wars.
Oof.
Oh yeah.
All right. The first killing in the Bible with two brothers, right? Jealousy. I mean, man, listen. Pussy is a motherfucker. Pussy has brothers kill brothers. Fathers sleep with their daughters-in-law. Sons sleep with their mama-in-law. I mean, I'm telling you, the power of pussy is strong, brother. There's nothing you can do to break it. It hasn't been broken in centuries. And you think now you or Chapapa giving somebody advice is gonna break that? Shit.
Nope.
Ain't nothing we tell them.
And that's why I quarantine myself away from them type of dudes. I kid you not. I don't want to be in Cartagena. It's too many of them. Too many simp zombies running around. I can't do it. I don't want to be in Medellin. Too many simp zombies. And dudes that live in Medellin try to convince me otherwise. I say, dude, I started off my journey in Medellin just like you dudes did. I still go down there. I say, and I watch. I live here, so I'm watching the news. Every time you turn around, is one of these new simp zombies getting off the plane, either getting drugged or coming up floating or getting robbed or something. All the time. How is it that just 4 months ago, you had a dude that get off the plane with his wife, get in an argument with his wife and come up floating at a hotel room down the street an hour later from simping. You with your wife, dude. Is it that serious?
Do you know how many guys come down here with their wife? They bring their wife to Puerto Plata. They get into an argument just so they can go to Sosua. Or if they out here, they'd be like, Russ, hey man, where's the hotel at? I'm like, aren't you over there applying to rob? Yeah. But I told my wife I'm gonna cut out for 2 hours, and I got this little cheek. I want to get a hotel. What hotel you recommend over here in Port? I'm telling you, man. Listen, the power of pussy.
Jackson said pussy should be on the periodic table. That's some powerful shit.
I know, right?
All right, let me ask you gentlemen something. Has pussy made any of y'all do some stupid shit more than once? It has for me. I ain't gonna bullshit you.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Shit more than once.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. I can tell you.
Go.
I remember my first stupid moment.
Yeah, like I said, more than once. I've done dumb shit over pussy more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times. I think I started slowing down after that. But I'm telling you, man, the power of pussy. Shit.
Okay, let me ask you guys this.
It'll keep a guy in the long run game, even when you know you losing, even when cats know she got somebody.
Yeah.
There's cats who know their woman got somebody. They know she got somebody. They know she out there hoeing. They know they fucking somebody else. And guess what? They don't care. He says, man, cause when I come down here, she treats me like gold. I don't care who she fucking, why you gone. Then why you got to prepay?
I don't get it. And that's what feeds into the long game. Because they're not educated, but they're smart, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Educated up to the point of, listen, maybe I could address my life. No, they're going to take the fuck advantage of yours.
It's that it's not even that they so smart. They learn what the power of their pussy is. See, once a woman learned the power of her pussy, any man that deals with that woman, the brother's in trouble. He will never outsmart her. Once a woman knows, I got looks, I got a nice swag, I got a pussy that will blow a man's mind, and I can suck a golf ball through a hose. Any man she deal with will never be more powerful than she is. She will always be the alpha in the relationship, even when she's faking being submissive.
Yep.
And that feeds into the long game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What you saying,
that really
Zach?
does. Let me ask you guys this. What made you guys immune to becoming simp zombies? I mean, because we all did stupid. Because if I sit back and I hear you guys, for the most part, most of our stupid stuff was done in the States. Am I correct? Mm-hmm. Now we may have done some things like gave somebody a few dollars down here, and we probably thought we were just being nice. I'm talking about like some real stupid stuff for us. Mm-hmm. Most of it happened with our lives in the States. But I noticed there's a pattern of dudes that their stupidity is carrying over into their travels. So I ask you guys this: what was it that caused you to be more, use more caution during your travels than just acting a dang fool and just letting anything just happen to you? What was it that made you guys say, I'm not about to go through all that bullshit?
For me personally,
because it's got to be something that makes these three men on this panel, and none of us have gone through major BS in our travels.
For me personally, I love I love getting older. As you get older, pussy means less and less. Pussy ain't even in my top 10. I ain't gonna bullshit you. I could go a week, 2 week pussy, and I live in DR. Now there's some weeks I gotta have it, every other day. But at this point, I love my money more than I love pussy. So unless a bitch, let me not say that. unless a chica, unless she can throw out $100 bills out that pussy, baby, listen, no. I love looking at my bank account. And I'm what they got a word down here they call cheapy, right? Because I'm like, this is my top tier. I don't go over that. And when a chick, I like, hey, listen, I got a woman. I got pussy on demand. So No. So no, I'm gonna tell you, man. It's for me. It's getting older, and I'm more in love with my money than I love pussy. Now, if you'd asked me this 20 years ago, I'd have gave you a different answer. But like I said, now, man, it ain't even in top. It ain't even in top 20. It ain't even the top 10. It's not in top. It's not a. When you in your 20s and 30s, pussy is like air.
Right.
What do you want? I want to breathe. I want some money. I want pussy. Now you like, I want to breathe. I want a nice crib. I want my peace. I want to live with life without and you're like, well, I'm waiting for pussy, and it's like it ain't even the top 10 no more for me. So that's my answer.
Oh, you sound so much like me, man. It's so funny, man. And it's like once you hit your 50s, it's not like your testosterone has gone down and your drive and your eye of seeing beautiful women has gone down. None of that has happened. It's just that you begin to realize that you're putting that all those years you categorize something in a position that it didn't belong in. And the reason why it doesn't need to be in the top 10, because no matter where you go in the world, pussy gonna be there. So you don't even have to put it in a category. But when you're young, you think you need to put it in a category. Under 40, I would put under 40. You actually think that you gotta put pussy in any category. It's a given. It doesn't need to be counted. It could be number 15 on the list. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I remember I told somebody before. I said, you know why I can never give a woman $200 for his pussy? He said, why? I said, because the whole time I'm fucking, I'll be thinking about my $200.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
So I said, I couldn't even enjoy it because the whole time I'm fucking her or getting my dick sucked, I'm thinking about, I actually gave this girl $200 fucking dollars. I'm telling you. So that's why simping ain't in my, because I'm telling you, man, like I said, money is more important than pussy at this point in my life.
Way more. Chop, in regards to.
Yeah, so to answer your question, for me being the youngest on this panel, it's simple. It just comes, huh?
I wanted to hear that part. That's why I wanted to hear from you.
Yeah, because you were the youngest. It just comes down to listening. To listening. Man, I got these pictures behind me of these brothers that I had. They're not blood, but they're older than me, and from young they just like showed me and taught me and told me that always listen to the people older than you doing it correctly. Don't listen to the fools. But example, I can't come in to Puerto Plata and say, nah, I'm not gonna listen to Russell. Russell know what you're talking about. I'm listening to this guy who's only been traveling to DR for 6 months. It's for me, it's like, where am I getting my information from to enhance my life, to better my experience, to avoid mistakes? Because I'm all about spreading knowledge. I'm all about giving the answers to the test. Like, listen, hey, I got 100. Here's the answers. You copy now. I'm all about that. So for me, it's just listening, being able to listen to Dre saying, listen, when you come to Colombia, don't do this, don't do that. Boom. It's not done. It's not even my mind. It even go to the airport me. Going Russell, listen, when you move down to the DR, you're not on vacation mode, no sport fucking, no doing this, doing that. Boom. Listen. Sipping comes from the simple fact that brothers don't listen. Guys don't listen. Pussy powerful. But I won't let it bring me to my knees. Powerful enough to make me like, do a double take, but it won't bring me to my knees. There's too much information out there for me to fail. For me to be a sin. Too much information. Too much. Up to the point where now, I'm going to be honest, women in DR always want, dame un poco pesos, give me some this, pay for that. I don't remember the last time I had to give to receive. And that's not simping, gentlemen. That's just taking a game into your own hands. That's taking notes from the OGs. That's taking notes going on the channels from Tailor Made to Love Cross the Borders to Flip Up. Hey, but that's taking notes and you creating your own style with it, your own swag with it. So for me, it was just my ability to listen saved me. Because I have no problem listening to someone who's done it better than me and is doing it better than me, because I could get to that point one day myself where I enhance myself and I could do it better in my own way.
Good point.
Hey, do me a favor. Look at Jackson Jeter. He's got yo at Taylor Made Dreams. All right. He says, I know a chick right around the corner from you that can shoot dollar bills out of a kitty. Don't wish for what you have. If you know a chick that can shoot dollar bills out of kitty, give me her number, because see, the thing is, I ain't paying at this point. I'm just catching down. Yeah, so if you know that chick, hey, because listen, what you're saying is it goes in reverse. Now I hope she ain't ugly, because if she ugly and wrinkled up like some of these Europeans that come down here and be going out to cabaret and begin with those surfer boys, listen, my dick couldn't even get hard. You know, that's number one. And so, but if you know that chick, you got my number now. Shoot me her number. Yeah, I want to see this, because like I said, I ain't never met a pussy at this point in my life I love more than my money. Never.
No.
Never.
No.
I never met pussy that could go against my bank account.
No. Not one. And I'm married to a wonderful Scorpio. And we it's kind of funny. We talk about this, and Andrea is, even though she's young, 27, you would think that, she got that drive. Andrea's like, I don't even need it like that. If Andrea is all business. She is. We are so compatible on this business thing. She's like, listen, I would rather see us accomplishing something other than just in the bedroom. That's well taken care of. But she's like, we ain't got to be like every day. She said, I ain't no everyday type of chick anyway. So while we the days that we ain't doing something, we could be making some money. We could be doing business. So that's how she is, man. She be straight serious.
Go get online, do a video, goddammit.
Man, shout out to the Scorpios though,
I know, right?
Ain't nobody like
she be
a
straight serious about it, man. So I'm with Russ 100%, and I feel so proud when I get something accomplished, and I know that the end results will be economic results, or when I know that I've helped somebody economically, like Russ does when he donates, and when we donate here, or like when Ace donates, that feeling of giving and not just receiving when it comes to physical intimacy. And so as you grow older, and the other thing that you realize, you live in an apple orchard, so why beg for apples? We live in an apple orchard. We're not the guys that's sitting in the States, and only time we're gonna see a Venezuelan is when we watch the Miss Universe contest, and then we see Miss Venezuela one. We ain't them dudes that's sitting up here watching Miss DR. That's the only time they saw somebody from DR, unless they from New York or somewhere, or from Orlando, which is no, Orlando is Puerto Rico. Puerto Ricans. DR is Miami. Bronx. With Cuban, the Bronx, right, up in New York area. So we live in the apple orchard. We see the apples on the ground, we see the apples in the trees, we see the apples when they're small, we see the apples as they grow. We don't have to sit back and be thirsty, because we're here. We don't. So that's another reason why we don't walk around with that thirst getting off the plane without tripping over our tongue, because we're here. So we see them in all ages, attractive 60-year-olds, attractive 26-year-olds. We're here. We don't have to be thirsty about it. So there is the female walking up to us with that game, like, girl, come on now. That's the game you played on the dude, the simp zombie that got off the plane. This me, I live here with you. And that's why they know they can't say to Colombian men or men in DR that are native that game don't run. They can't say 100,000 pesos to them dudes. Them dudes be like, what? Wait a minute, that's a quarter of my paycheck this month. Hell no, you ain't getting 100,000. You better take these 10,000 pesos, girl, and bend over. And that's how they are here. To where we come down there, we're kicking out $200-300, and we know that the local dude who just smashed her is only paying what, 15,000 pesos,
And
$3.
And
In
half a
Colombia,
Colombian
500 pesos here, 300 pesos. Yeah, no.
and a
I
beer,
can't.
Joe. You forgot the beer. No money, just a beer sitting on the patio.
Some aguardiente.
Yeah.
It is on. It's on.
Yeah,
so,
I
so,
can't do it.
so, fellas, what would be like some advice or things to look for guys moving? I'm not talking about like the people traveling. You know, they don't count because they're not here like we're here. They're not like us. Like, you know, we're not waking up tomorrow like, damn, I gotta head back to the airport, my returning flight. What would you say for guys coming to Colombia, DR, Brazil, moving to avoid getting caught up in the long game?
Don't let your dick do the thinking. That's period. That's just the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Ain't nothing else to tell them. There's nothing else to tell them because most cats that get caught up in the long game, it's all about the power of the pussy. And that's the truth.
I wrote down in my notes the exact same thing. I didn't have to say anything else. I literally wrote down what he said. Don't let your dick do the thinking.
Okay.
Learn from those who have already paid the price. Paid the price. There is enough dudes that in the WhatsApp groups, the Facebook groups, the I'm inside of a group in Colombia that's the scopamine group because I want to learn more about these dudes being scopamine, the drug. And so there's scopamine groups that will tell you, dude, it's leading with your dick ain't worth it. I lost everything. It's dudes in the grave. They're screaming for the grave from the graves right now. And they only saying one thing. I wish I hadn't led with my dick. I would still be alive today to tell the tale. Screaming from the graves to these dudes. And my last advice is, if you leave with your dick, don't come around me. That's the number one advice. You ain't gonna learn nothing from me. I can't teach you nothing. I can't teach you nothing if I can't tell you nothing. If I can't tell you nothing, how the hell am I teach you something? Russ been saying, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. While I listened to Russ last night, Russ is been telling the same lesson and trying to help these guys for 4 or 5 years. It's the same story he told when he was still in Atlanta. The same story. Dudes, do this, don't do that. Go here, don't go there. I recommend this, I don't recommend that. This person is this, but that person is the same. He's still having to tell the same story because these simp zombies are not listening. And if you ain't listening, you ain't hearing nothing that this man is saying. And so don't come around me. I ain't got the patience to Russ. I ain't about to sit up here and be talking to you, tell you the same story for 5, 6 years. I'm gonna tell you now. Don't come to Cali. Don't come. Do not come around here. This is not Medellin. If you a simp zombie, keep your ass in Medellin. Keep your ass in Cartagena by the clock tower. You know where to go in Medellin. Parque Years with the rest of the simp zombies. And y'all walk around there like the Walking Dead. But don't be bringing your ass down here to Cali being up in my face. Talk about, I'm like you. No, you ain't. You ain't nothing like me. No, you a simp zombie and I see it in you. So my last lesson is don't come around me because I'm quarantined away from simps. I purposely came here. It was not happenstance that I chose Cali when I could have chose fun-loving Medellin or the coastal region of Barranquilla and Cartagena. No, one of the number one reasons was I knew it was going to be a bunch of simp zombies. I didn't know it was going to be this bad, but I knew it was coming, and I knew it was one major city that had beautiful women with beautiful attitudes that had not been impacted by Americans yet, and it was Cali. And and when you came here, you could tell the difference between Cali and Medellin and Bogota. Am I lying?
Night and day.
Completely different mindset. These women don't even know anything about that. Oh, you're the most beautiful one. Oh my God, I never see. They don't know nothing about that here in Cali. These women just like you just a regular dude. Oh, you American? Oh wow, that's cool, that's great. But they ain't gonna meet 15 Americans in 15 days. That's not about to happen. But in Medellin, yeah, y'all, don't.
I'm coming to see you. I'm coming to see you in Cali, brother. Real soon.
Yeah.
Hey,
You come here.
Where you making that trip? I'm right there on the plane with you.
Yeah, man.
Listen, we can do it. We can do it in April. We can do it in April. I'm coming to Cali. It ain't gonna be a long trip.
Man. Okay, you gotta come early in April because we're going to Brazil for the festival. You know, the festival. They doing the Carnival. They moved it to April 20th, April 25th to the 30th. So we're gonna be there from
come early April. I'm gonna come early April.
There we go. There we go.
We're gonna come early.
It's kind of funny.
Maybe about 4 or 5 days.
90% of the dudes that I meet that come down here are relationship or calm-minded dudes. When Chapapa came down here, I didn't get a chance to see him, but when I saw his video, I'm never surprised at the personalities that come here and hang out in Cali. It's always the mellow, I'm good, I've been through the party phase, or I'm just looking for somebody to sit. You see what I'm saying? Those are the only dudes that come down here. And when you are a party, I want all the pros, pay for play dude. And you come to Cali, them dudes only stay like 2 days. They come to Cali and they realize this is not Cartagena, this is not Sosúa, this is not Medellin, and they run up out of here like roaches. I kid you not. Them dudes only last like 2 or 3 days, and they out, and I love it. And half the time I don't even meet them zombies.
Because they're in a place where they realize they can't just talk with their wallet.
Right. Because the women here ain't used to that. They looking at you like, what are you doing? I'll buy you this and that. Whoa, you ain't got to do all that. What are you doing? And so now they lost and they're like, let me get on the plane. I'm going back to Medellin. Well, my dollar means something more than I do.
Yeah, we definitely gonna make that trip. But Dre, I wanted to ask you before we wrap, because I know Russ got to get his other live going. You said the dudes that leave with their dick got that. Now, like I think it was KGB that said in the comments, what about the professionals? The professionals that come like, oh, you know, Russell, I'm this and that, I'm game. Yeah, you know, I'm this and that, I'm game. And then time goes by. Everything may be normal, but it ain't. You know, it's like a thumbnail. It's like a chess game going on. Is there a specific way to watch out for that chess game? You being here, normal, chill, ain't thinking with your dick. You just like, all right, you know, I'm gonna let people show me what they got. I'm the prize, right? I got these apples around me. My apples gonna fall in my basket.
Remember what I said, the external factors? Because, see, if Andrea mess up, she ain't got to hear my mouth. Her mama, her grandmama, her aunts, all the other ladies, they own Andrea ass, and I've seen it a couple times. And I'm talking about some minute ass. Y'all going to the grocery store and you ain't do your face? If you don't get your ass in there, what you think you doing? Don't do Andre like that. I ain't got to say nothing. You see what I'm saying? So a good woman here in Colombia, if you see her family good people that's gonna be on her ass, you ain't got to worry about it, because they gonna be on her. Andre's dad, straight laced. You think he was in a military type dude, cool as can be. He could drink with the best of them. But as far as his daughter, he like, my daughter will never be like them hoes, and because of that, I already know how she would be. My daughter's going to college. If I got to use my last dime, my daughter and my son are graduating and going to be some good people. And that's exactly what he raised. Two great people. Her son, her brother is a mechanic for Toyota right down the street. Come to think of it, I mean, one of the main guys that works in the engineering department here. Andrea, you know, she's been business management. She's a translator. She's an accountant. So she's been doing her thing, and everywhere she goes, she is Mrs. Spence or Mrs. Wallace, or like we said the other day, the model, because she carries herself with certain energy. But all that stems from, if you are looking for that good woman, look at the family. Look past her butt. I'm not talking about looking at her cousin that look good, that look just like her as a twin. I'm talking about the family's behavior pattern. Because if the family hasn't had a generation of ever having shit, you better believe that she ain't got the mentality of being able to handle shit, even if you give it to her. You sit up here giving this woman a 2-bedroom house. She used to living in a tin roof, laying next to her brother and her son her whole life. She don't know nothing about cleaning up no apartments, no whole house, no 3-4 bedroom house. She don't know nothing about cleaning no floors unless she was a maid. And
But
usually when she a maid, we already know she was a maid that was giving it up too. If she that fine. My point, even though I'm sounding like I'm rambling, the outside factor of the family, I kid you not, do not ignore that. I know she fine. Dudes, realize you are when you come to visit Colombia, you are coming to an apple orchard. Dude, if that one apple don't work out for you, throw that motherfucker on the ground because it's rotting on the other side and pick you up another, or pick from the tree another apple. Stop treating these women with the same scarcity mindset that you do in the States. I don't know who told you to come to these foreign countries when you got nothing but the most beautiful women in the world, from Venezuela all the way to DR, all the way from Panama, Costa Rica, this whole region, Cuban women, all of the island women from Trinidad on to Puerto Rico, and you treating them just like the stateside women. Like, in the States, we might see a fine one every 5 to 10 days. This the apple orchard. So stop treating these women as if they were. The best advice that I got from a Colombian dude on how to treat Colombian women, it sounds kind of harsh, but to a certain extent it's true. I said, dude, how come? And we were in the States. I said, how do you be getting these fine ass women? He said, you treat Colombian women like shit. He said, because if you treat them on their beauty, you'll fail every time. He said you could never succeed with treating a Colombian woman based on her beauty. And I compliment my wife. My wife is beautiful, but I never let her beauty dictate this household ever. There's nothing fine enough about her or sexy enough for she did this enough in the bedroom to let Andrea forget I'm the motherfucking man in this house. But a lot of dudes do, and I don't have to be harsh about it. I don't have to be, I'm the man. I don't have to be like that. But his point was, and he wasn't saying that. His point was, like you guys were saying, don't lead with your dick. Don't let your eyes. There's a scripture in the Bible that says the eyes of a man is never full. You'll never see enough beautiful women. Your eyes will always see more beauty, beautiful cars, beautiful this, beautiful landscapes. The eyes of a man is never full. You'll never have the baddest wife. You'll never have the finest girl. You'll never have the best pussy. It was good, but it'll never be the best. There's always more for a man to have. A man's eyes is never full. So I tell dudes, since we already know that about ourselves, walk wisely, man. Start, like you said, listen to the older dudes, but that being thirsty, here in Colombia, I don't know how it is in DR. They hate that. And you know that. The Colombian women hate thirsty dudes. They will drain you. They will use you. But as far as like really liking you and getting to know you, they can't stand that shit. That's like a itch they can't scratch. They don't like that shit at all. And I know several Colombian women that have told me that in interviews. They don't like that. That thirsty shit is like make the pussy get dry as hell.
Seco.
Yeah.
What about you,
No, I just piggybacking off. Now it's the same thing. Even with my girl, her mom, even if I'm sitting around having a cocktail, if my glass go down, her mom is like in her ass, like, hey, fix him. Ask him, does he want another drink? Ask him, does he want water? If there's food, if her mom cook, make sure he gets a plate. Ask him. Nah, her mom in her ass. And I had her mother come over my house a couple of times, just kind of hang out.
Right. Hey, Russ, hold your story right there for a second. Now, as soon as you said that, Andre just came in here to make sure that I got more coffee. Thank you, babe. Just making the same point that you go ahead with your story.
Hey, Ross.
Yeah, that makes your point of your story right there.
No, I'm telling you, the mom getting it, and I would tell her mother, listen, your daughter need to, when she wasn't really cleaning like I wanted. I said, listen, I'm frustrated. She's not really clean. I went to the mother. I ain't gonna bullshit you. I said, hey, listen, how come your daughter? And I asked her, how come your daughter don't know how to clean? And she said, no, it's your problem. I said, no, it's your problem. You need to teach her. Mom came to the house, right, a couple of times and told her daughter, we're going to clean the house. And now, man, my girl comes over. Let me tell you something. I told her, hey, listen, whenever time you because she like to come over, stay in the bed till like 11 o'clock. And I seen that a couple of times. And I'm like, hey, listen, you can't do that shit no more. Because now you having a baby, get ready to move. All that shit is over. Now, I'm telling you, when she spend the night, her ass is up 7 o'clock in the fucking morning, cleaning that house. By the time I come downstairs at 11 o'clock, lunch is made and half the house is clean. And she's going upstairs, waiting till I open my bedroom door to clean the top of the house. So I'm telling you, man. So he's right. To piggyback off that family, a mother tell her, hey, listen, you get up, you get your ass downstairs and start cleaning. And I'm telling you, I don't have to ask no more. It gets done. Right now, I'm actually getting ready to fire my maid because my girl, even pregnant, 8 months, she keeps, the house literally stays clean between the maid and my girl. I literally, man, there's no need for me to have a maid any fucking.
Man, I hope brothers are listening, taking notes, man, because tonight I got some gems that I didn't expect. Like I knew the family played a part on because from the last situation I had, knew family played a part here. But man, just hearing you and Jay reiterate it just puts a new battery in my back. I'm inspired.
That's what's up, brother.
I ain't gonna ask a chick, what you do for a living. I'll be like, listen, who are your parents? What are they like? Where are they? Mm-hmm. Bring me to them. Bring them to the interview.
Yeah. You want that? You want those parents, man. My girl told my mother, or not mother, my girl's mother told her, I wish my husband treat me like how Russell treats you, because she don't.
That's
want
what Andrea mom says. Yeah,
you.
That's what Andrea mom says.
Wait, say that again. Say that again, Russ.
Her mother told my girl, I wish my husband treat me the way Russell treats you. She don't want for shit. She said that one day we was over there and I said, your clothes are getting tight. You need some new clothes. She says, yeah, I need some new clothes. But she says, what I'm trying. I just pulled out $300. Here, go get new clothes. That was it. She Christmas time, I knew her mother didn't really have the money to get her other sisters what they need. So I gave her mom $150 a piece for each daughter. I said, get your kids some gifts. You ain't gotta tell them that I did anything. Just get them some gifts. Do what you do. And anything she comes over, man, I make sure she, her mother's not a drinker. There's just like a certain little spritzer she likes. I make sure that I buy 6 of those bottles of spritzers. I make sure I got enough that she can sip on a little spritzer and take a bottle home with her, man. So I treat her mother like gold. And her mother in return makes sure her daughter treats me like gold. Period. The mother, her foot up her ass. And like I said, now I really don't have to say nothing because my girl, what I like about her, she was from the campo. She ain't no shit. I'll be quite honest. And I molded her. I shaped her into the woman that she's becoming. And sometimes I had to go to the mother to get help. Like, hey, and I would tell her mother, you ain't teach your daughter this, you ain't teach your daughter that. I mean, her mother used to kind of like not argue, but be like, hey, well, that's your problem. I said, no, she's not in my house. Right now, if she's in your house, that's your problem. And I don't want your problem coming to my house and making it my problem. And I tell her mother just like that. And her mother like, okay. I said, listen, I need you to come over tomorrow. I need you to show her how to clean my house. Mom over there next day, getting her ass out of bed, making sure she knows how to clean the house.
Yep.
It's something I really love and appreciate about you gentlemen. And I don't know if that comes with age. You guys moved and you don't pull punches. You don't pull punches. You don't settle. You're not trying to baby. You're not trying to tiptoe on feelings. You're like, nah. You're going to get in, get out, say what you have to say, do what you have to do, and that's it. Like, word is bond, word is law. And I really, really love and appreciate that. And man, I'm just, I have to admit, I'm hoping I get better with that as I grow older in that aspect. But I really, really love and appreciate that about you guys. That you guys do not hold back. Do not hold back for nothing because end of the day, you know, you have to get what you deserve. You have to get what you want because you're giving your best. So why not receive it? I really appreciate it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Because they get it's amazing when you sit back and you hear Russ's story of I got this before the baby's born, this is taken care of, that's taken care of. Before the baby's born, the baby's going to have investments in real estate already set up and so forth and so forth. Andrea has this, that, so many investments. Or if she asked me for something, babe, I need 2,000 because I'm going to invest in this and that. Go ahead, take care of what you need to take. So in exchange, these women get so much that takes their lives and livelihoods to the next level. They have no problem with if their mom say, listen, straighten up and fly right. Because they already know that in exchange for straightening up and flying right and being fit, feminine, and friendly, and making sure that there's soup, salad, and sandwiches and silent and sex in the home, they are able to get whatever they want for the most part, and usually it's not much from us. They can get the little things. Andrea, with the cost of living here, if Andrea a couple months ago, she said, I saw this emerald ring, because people don't know this, that Colombia is the emerald capital of the world. It has the largest amount of emerald mines here than any other place in the world. And so Andrea said, I saw this emerald ring I want to get, and I was like, get it. And it was only like $150, but in the States it would have been like $700. It wasn't anything. It was like $1,000, $2,000 ring, but it was just the fact that she appreciated that $150 ring as if it was $15,000, and she walks around with it and enjoys the beauty of the ring and the emerald. Those are the little things that she gets just because she brought me a cup of coffee. Just because she's woman enough to think about me first, it's easy for me to now think about her first. And I believe that's the same thing that's going on with Russ as well.
Yeah, and don't be afraid, man. Like don't be afraid to get that family involved. Because listen, because I already know when we disagree, she going to her mom. But I need her mom to hear my side, and that's why I told her mother, listen. She don't know how to clean, and I told her mother it's your fault, and her mother said, "Well, she's gonna be with you. It's gonna be yours." I said, "No." I said, before it become my problem, like I told you earlier, you need to fix the problem. You need to come over and teach her how to clean, and I meant that shit. And I'm telling you, her mama, she came over there and taught her daughter how to clean, and now, like I said, and she already knew how to cook. But sometimes, man, and then you see, your alliances within the family. Because God knows, I treat her excellent. I don't put my hands on her. I don't yell at her. I don't curse her. I don't do none of that crazy shit. But there's certain things I like. And her mother said, hey, listen, you got to grow up. And like I said, I had to put it on her. They're like, hey, she'll be my responsibility in a month. But right now, you need to take care of your responsibility.
Right.
Right. And I know somebody might say, that's crazy. No, listen, because I didn't see the thing is, man, about Dominicans, they believe in family values. And when you approach them, not in a disrespectful way, and say, hey, listen, I know you taught her better, but why is it like this? Oh, for the mother, for her, it was like she's embarrassing me. Now she's not doing nothing for Russell. It wasn't more. I want to make it's like, hey, listen, I taught you better. This is embarrassing.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, man, all I had to do was tell her mom one time. Because even she said, hey, stop telling my mother stuff. I'm like,
yeah, man.
But I know
the family is powerful.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, I learned a long time ago, man. Who's the neck in the relationship? Not who's the head. The neck. Like if I really wanted, let's say if me and Dre wasn't as tight as we are, and let's say we were just business partners, and I really needed his, and I know I wasn't sure how he would go. Honestly, I would have like a cup of coffee with his wife, respectfully, not asking another.
No, I see where you're going. Yeah, yeah.
And I would be like, hey, I got a great idea for you and Dre. I would, because I know the neck moves the head. The head can't move without the neck. And when I approached Dre, oh, no, don't worry. Let me talk to him about it. Let me talk to him about it. I said, oh, well, I was afraid to approach. No. Don't worry about it. I'll talk to him about it. He'll be good. He'll do it.
That reminds me of the
NFL.
Right. That reminds me of in the NFL when they're drafting or when they're trying to get a player to come from another team. They will send baby clothes and kids, and they know that the person has kids. They will send kids' clothes of their team that they're trying to draw this player to the wife. They'll send towels. Like, let's say Tom Brady wife, they were sending her towels and in Tampa Bay outfits and jerseys with the kid's name on the back of the jersey. They do that. They send it to the wife because they know, yeah, look at the kids with these Tampa Bay Buccaneer jerseys on. Baby, we should think about going to Tampa. We can win the Super Bowl in Tampa. You see what I'm saying? They do that in the NFL. So what Russ is saying is absolutely correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
Family has a big impact. Yeah.
It does. It does. So get your alliances together. And yes, that alliance will get that woman together.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You heard it, brothers. Gotta start looking past the booty and at the family. The mom, the dad, especially.
Yeah. Good one. Mm-hmm. All right.
Jake, what's the 4 S's again?
Sex, sandwich, silence, and sex, sandwich, silence.
Or is it 3 S's?
And
all right, so the 4th one, like real brother said, we're gonna throw salsa.
Three was sex, silence, and the other one is fit, feminine, and friendly.
All right, cool.
We sex, silence, silence. It's actually 6. Yeah, sex, silence, sex. What did I say? Sandwich, salads, sex, and silence.
But salad, sandwich, sex, and silence.
I know, right? Because at the end of the day, we basically just want food. We're simple. We just want a nice meal. We want peace in our home, the silence, and we want sex when we want it. That's it. You give us that, you can get the emerald rings, you can get the trips, you can get the real estate, you can get whatever you want, babe. If I can have those 3 things in life, I'm good. I'm 54 years old. I'm not hard to please at this stage. I'm not hard to please. I'm not like you young dudes. I don't even need nobody doing backwards flips, no hands, swinging from the ceiling. I don't need all that. Just give me good sex, a good sandwich, and some silence, some peace of mind when I'm trying to take care of this business. Listen, Andrea keep this cup full, and I keep the bank accounts full. That's it.
Teamwork make the dream work.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, I think at this age, even being a dad, listen, man, I'm retired. I got no job, so my girl ain't got work. When my daughter start walking, listen, she going with me everywhere. We out.
Right.
We out. I'm grabbing my little shorty. We out. See you later. We out. We gone. Because I know I'm on my last quarter. I got to get my lessons in.
Man, so listen, I was thinking about that today.
I got to spend as much time as possible. So, man, listen, when she started walking, oh, no, man, we out. We out.
Yeah.
See you later. We out. Me and my little shorty, we out.
Yep.
Yeah, gentlemen, I appreciate you guys tonight to help me enlighten this subject, to shed some light on this topic that's been starting to plague, because like Russ said earlier, it's new, it's a generational thing. Like Dre said, it depends on the upbringing, the situation, but like we said, for those of you guys who watched it live and for those who be watching after, a lot of gems here. Hope you guys really learned something. The Sims, I ain't talking to y'all. Y'all lost cause. But for the brothers who like
For real.
who good at listening,
For
who good
real.
at taking
Thank you for
notes.
saying that.
I got you. The brothers who good at listening, good at taking notes. You know, we here for y'all. Make sure you guys subscribe to Love Crossing Borders. If you haven't already, you guys go check out his channel. Go check out his wife's channel. Go check out Mostly Night TV. Y'all already know why we here. We here because of Uncle Russ. If y'all ain't subscribed to his channel, make sure y'all do that also. And you already know we're gonna keep it real. April. We definitely gonna get together in April on the same camera in Cali, Colombia. It's gonna be a sight to see.
Okay, cool.
That's gonna be cool.
Cool, definitely,
That's gonna be
man.
cool.
Definitely. I appreciate y'all. Make sure I hit that like button. Everybody have a good night. To the next one.
All right,
All
brother.
right, brother.